What's up, everybody? Brought the camera along today because I'm going to the shop here in a little bit, but we're at work right now down here at Boyd's, and obviously as you can tell we're in the maintenance building here, but we finally got all the parts in for the new motor for the two-seater car that they give rides in and stuff. But the 604 here that was in the car, it was one of the older ones, but it had broke the front of the crank motor, and like it was just it came apart real big. It was a bad deal all the way around. But they got a brand new 602 stuck in here, and I'm currently putting everything on. But other than that, Riley and Alan and them, they got the power steering, water pump, alternator, all that put on, everything ready to go, tightened up. And yesterday me and Riley got the bell housing up in here. Excuse me. And a few small things hooked up, but I'm fixing to work on getting the transmission excuse me, work on getting the transmission stuffed in there, and I'll get the carburetor, all that stuff put on, fuel lines, everything's there. So it really shouldn't take too long. I mean, obviously the hard part's done, the motor's in, but I got my tools here and some of Alan's tools I'll have to borrow. But we got the transmission out there, fixing to go back in. And like I said, as you can see, you know, two-seater car, give rides along, driving school, stuff like that. But all I gotta do is just put the carburetor on, hook the fuel lines back up, and all this other stuff. And obviously the top radiator hose, radiator, all that stuff's gonna go in, so it won't take too long. But I'm gonna get most of this done today while I'm here. Like, I should have most everything tightened back up, if not everything. But if I don't have everything done, it'll be really close. And this thing will be running tomorrow, and maybe take it out for a few laps on the track to kind of get the motor broke in, so to say. But we're gonna get to work on this thing. I may set you up on Alan's toolbox here or something, do a little bit of a time lapse. There's not really much to see as far as putting the transmission in. I can't really put the camera nowhere, but it'll just go right there. Obviously bolts up to the four corners, hook the shifters up, hook the clutch line up, all that, and you know, be ready to go. And then other than that, put the drive shaft, all that stuff back in under there. But whenever I start doing all this top stuff here, like the carburetor, radiator, and all that stuff, you know, I'll probably set you on the toolbox, do a little time lapse, just, you know, give a little something. And then after we leave work today, going back over to Josh's shop where my car's at, and hopefully do the same thing with mine. Riley is actually bringing me an upper radiator hose, and we're gonna go over there, get that put in, get my radiator in, all that stuff done, fill it up with water, and hopefully, as long as everything goes all right, hopefully set mine on the ground and fire it up and get it running tonight too. So I'm still gonna try to race this weekend. I don't know 100% if I'll make it, but if I don't make it, it's not gonna be for lack of trying. That's for sure. Like, my car is so close. But we're gonna, about tripped over my toolbox. We're gonna get this going here though, and I gotta find some stuff here in the shop for a second here and find out what they did with some of the stuff. But get that track down, get all this put in, and like I said, after the transmission stuff, we'll work on all top stuff. So we'll get to do it. It's just work. What's up? Alright, so it's after work. We are here at the shop. Sorry about the wind noise, but it's hot. But got some pizza, got some food. Gonna work on radiator hose, got everything else done. Should, in theory, be putting the plug wires on and hopefully starting this thing up here in just a little bit. Got the drive shaft in, fluid in the transmission, all that stuff's ready to go. I got gear oil for the rear end. My gear is right there under the pizza. I got a new gear cover in the box. Fuel lines are tight. Front suspension's tight. And as far as I know, that should be about it. What do you say, Homer? That's Homer, in case you didn't know. But that's security around here for when everything's going on over here. He keeps the riffraff out. But we're working. We finally got a radiator hose that works, thanks to Riley. But we're gonna tinker around for a minute, and when Josh gets here, I think we're actually gonna try to time this thing, or start it up, get it running, and time it. And other than that, it's some body work, putting the door back on it, quarter panel, and scaling it. We should be good to go. Alright, what is up? It is the next day, and sorry we're skipping ahead again. Last night we just honestly got in the swing of just getting stuff done in the car, can't talk, buttoning up all the small things, well, most of them, and getting it on the scales, which, as you see right now, got it on the scales, and we were getting all the percentages and everything because we didn't know nothing about this car because we've been putting it together. So we got everything mostly scaled last night, ready to go, working on some caster and camber stuff and a few other small things. But between this and then getting Josh's car ready, we was working like crazy last night, working on, you know, shocks and springs. He's getting tires done, so it's definitely been an adventure, but we're fixing to get started on this, so stick around, and I'll definitely do better at trying to film some more and get some more stuff going tonight. So hopefully this thing will be running and ready to go tonight. Try again. Here goes a big backfire.
Move it, jug of gas. It backfires, it'll catch it
The get it resolved.
blow up y'all's face.
Alright, try again.
It runs.
But for some reason we ain't getting no fuel. It's not funny, Tyler. It's not funny. Back again. It is now Saturday, and Josh and Tyler and everybody's gonna go to North Georgia to race tonight. Got some clips from last night, which I didn't really film a whole lot again, just because we were just such in the swing of things and was just knocking stuff out. I just didn't really have time to pick up the camera, and I'm sorry for that, because I mean, I know some people want to see that, some people really don't care, but either way I just figured it'd be cool. But we actually got my car running last night, finally, after months. Got everything done, ready to go, running, and turns out, as you've noticed, something's missing on top of the motor there. Something's wrong with my carburetor, and I don't know, it was supposed to have been good, which, I mean, I know it's all woulda, coulda, shouldas, but the guy I got it from, I drove to the other side of Atlanta to get this carburetor just because it was at such a good deal. And he even gave me paperwork with it that showed where it had been refreshed and whatnot, but it was at like the middle to end of 2019. And he told me, he said it had been sitting on a shelf for, you know, a year and a half, maybe almost 2 years, and it wasn't in a box, wasn't covered up, you know. And he told me it had been sitting, so I mean, we sprayed and lubed everything and whatnot, but still, just, we got it cranked up last night, and it would sit there and idle and run beautifully. Everything was nice, but I mean, as soon as you'd go to give it gas, you'd move the throttle rod, but nothing was moving, and you'd get about half throttle, and it would just finally start to open. Excuse me. And the secondaries wouldn't open at all. Like, it didn't matter if you went full throttle or nothing, like, just the secondaries would not open. And it's like you'd go to push on the pump on the back or something, and it would just, it's like it was stuck, like real stiff, like locked up or something. So I don't know, but I'm gonna take it and drop it off Monday at Stealth, and hopefully they can get to it, you know, sometime this next upcoming week, so I can race next weekend. Because as far as I know, I mean, you know, I take it back. We've got to set the bump steer on the front end, and I've got to fix something on the left rear. But again, that's, you know, a couple of minutes worth of work, 30, 45 minutes, whatever, maybe. But it won't take long is what I'm getting at. But other than that, we've got everything done, and it's ready to go. And I was going to go race tonight with Josh and Tyler and Joey and everybody. But since I can't race, you know, I'm still going to go help Josh. I'm going to help Tyler. I'll help Joey. You know, I'll help him. You know, these are my friends. So I'm going to go help them any way I can and try to make sure all of them stay going and need all the help they can get. So Josh's car is ready to go. Excuse me. Josh's car ready to go. Obviously mine's ready except for that carburetor now and the bump steer and whatnot. Tyler has his car over at his grandpa's shop right now. They were doing some stuff to it, but he's ready to go. And as far as I know, Joey, his cousin's ready to go. So stick around. You know, we might do a few other things, but if not, then we'll pick this back up at the racetrack tonight.